The procession that you see today is a form of commemoration for the martyrdom of a worldwide leader, a worldwide figure, Imam Hussain, son of Ali, the grandson of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him and his family. A man who lived his life in obedience of God, in the service of humanity, in holding up justice, freedom and truth, and fighting injustice, corruption, and any shape or form of evil. Hussein was a symbol of wisdom, piety, morals, and unbelievable knowledge. He was the center of attention in his era.
My eyes, and with your name I start to rise. Hussein, you are light of my eyes, and with your name I start to rise. And then I start to shed a tear for what I occurred. Hussein, my dear. Hussein, before I go to sleep, I start to cry, I start to weep. Hussein, before I go to sleep, I start to cry, I start to weep. And then I'll face your holy shrine, so you'll forgive me of my crime. There is no life without Hussein. There is no life without Hussein. How can we live without Hussein?
Today, we have passed 40 days after the day of his martyrdom. Thus we are performing this procession to commemorate his martyrdom and to console his family members who had been forced to march for hundreds of kilometers from city to city as they were captive. For us Shia Muslims, Imam Hussain is an infallible successor, succeeding the Prophet Muhammad, just as Joshua succeeded Prophet Moses and Simon Peter succeeded Prophet Jesus, peace be upon them. Hussein has caught the attention of Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Thus many scholars and free thinkers were amazed when looking at his personality. Take for example what Mahatma Gandhi said, as he said, I learned from Hussein how to achieve victory while being oppressed. My faith is that the progress of Islam does not depend on the use of sword by its believers, but the result of the supreme sacrifice of Hussein, the great saint. Indeed, the progress of Islam does not depend on the use of sword, because Islam is a religion of peace. The true face of Islam can be seen when one looks at the merciful Imam Hussein. In reality, terrorist groups like ISIS have learned from those who massacred Imam Hussein, how to torture, behead, and mutilate innocent human beings.
Hussein, your name is in my heart. From its your name shall not depart. Hussein, your name is in my heart. From its your name shall not depart. How can we live without Hussein? There is no life without Hussein. How can we live without Hussein? Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. There is no life without Hussein. From birth to death I shall insist that I love you, I shall persist. From birth to death I shall insist that I love you, I shall persist. You are my guide, you are the light. You show me the path which is right. You show me the path which is right. I'm not afraid, I am not shy to shout your name until I die. I'm not afraid, I am not shy to shout your name until I die. For what I know is that you are the greatest man, the brightest star, the brightest star. There is no life without Hussein.
لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين
لبيك يا حسين.
At your service, oh Hussein.
At your service, oh Hussein.
At your service, oh Hussein.
Karbala, the whole world is within Azab. Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. There is no life without Hussein. Upon the highest ranks you are. You are the brightest, brightest star. Upon the highest ranks you are. You are the brightest, brightest star. Within your ranks I wish I stood, but now my life for you I put. Upon my heart your name has set. Your name I shall never forget. No matter how much they will hate, with your lovers I want to sit, I want to sit. There is no life without Hussein.
We are here to raise awareness about Imam Hussain alayhi salam and his cause. You know, it could be a door for others to understand how peaceful Islam is.
Without Hussein, there is no life. Without Hussein, how can we live? Without Hussein, our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. There is no life without Hussein. I hope with you I can remain, for your path is a narrow lane. I hope with you I can remain, for your path is a narrow lane. For your path is the most straight. You shall guide us to the right gate. You shall guide us to the right gate. If my life ever terminates, make sure before I see Hussein, for we'll ask him to intercede for every bad and evil deed. There is no life without Hussein. There is no life without Hussein. How can we live without Hussein? There is no life without Hussein. How can we live without Hussein? Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. Our holy land is Karbala. The whole world is within Azab. There is no life without Hussein. There is no life without Hussein. There is no life without Hussein. How can we live without Hussein? There is no life without Hussein. How can we
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام على ولي الله وحبيبه. السلام على خليل الله ونجيبه. السلام على صفي الله وابن صفيه. السلام على الحسين المظلوم الشهيد. السلام على سير الكربات وقتيل العبرات.